Why is the moon's friendship with Earth important? Not for the tides, not for the beauty of a full moon, but because, without the moon, life on Earth might never have existed at all. We look up at the moon every night. It feels familiar, comforting even, but hidden behind that quiet glow is a relationship so deep, so intertwined, that if it ended tonight, Earth would never be the same. To understand why the moon matters, we have to go back, all the way, to the beginning. 4.5 billion years ago, Earth was young, hot, and alone. Then something enormous struck it, a planet the size of Mars, slammed into the early Earth, at a speed and angle so precise that instead of destroying us, it created something new, cooled, solidified into the moon. This wasn't luck. It was a violent beginning to a lifelong friendship. Space is not peaceful. It is filled with asteroids, comets, and debris, moving at tens of thousands of kilometers per hour. In the early solar system, the inner planets were bombarded constantly. Earth should have been hit again and again, but the moon absorbed the blows. Look at the moon's surface. Every crater you see is a scar from an impact that might have hit Earth. The moon has over 300,000 craters. Earth has fewer than 200 confirmed impact sites. The moon did not just drift nearby. It stood between us and destruction. Quietly, every single day, Earth spins at a tilt of about 23.5 degrees. That tilt is why we have seasons, why summers are warm, why winters are cold. But here's what most people don't realize. Without the moon, Earth's tilt would wobble. Mars has no large moon. Its axial tilt has shifted between 0 and 60 degrees over millions of years. 60 degrees. Imagine Earth tilted 60 degrees. Polar regions baking in direct sunlight. The equator plunged into freezing darkness. The moon acts as a gravitational anchor. It stabilizes Earth's tilt, keeps the seasons predictable. Because of the moon, Earth has a climate calm enough for life to thrive. The moon pulls on Earth's oceans. Every day, twice a day, the sea rises and falls. We call this the tide. And most people think it's just water moving. But 4 billion years ago, the moon was much closer to Earth, 3 times closer than it is today. Those tides were enormous, waves sweeping across entire continents. And in the pools left behind, the chemistry for life, amino acids, nucleotides, the building blocks of DNA, mixed together, dried, mixed again, over millions of years. This rhythm created the conditions for the first living cells. The moon didn't just witness life being born. It may have helped create it. When Earth was young, a single day lasted only 6 hours. Earth spun so fast that violent winds and storms would have made the surface nearly uninhabitable. But the moon's gravity pulled on Earth's oceans, like a hand gently gripping a spinning top. Over billions of years, that friction slowed Earth's rotation. 6 hours became 12. 12 became 24. Today, our 24-hour day is stable, predictable enough for biological clocks to evolve, for sleep cycles, for metabolism, for the rhythm of all living things. The moon didn't just give us nights, it gave us time itself. Imagine waking up tomorrow, and the moon is gone. At first, nothing seems different. The sky is darker, the nights are blacker, but within days, the oceans change. Tides drop to 1/3 of their normal height. Coastal ecosystems collapse. Within years, Earth's axial tilt begins to drift, not all at once, slowly, like a spinning top, losing its balance. 5 degrees, then 10, then 30. The seasons become erratic. Summers that never end, winters that last decades. Agriculture fails, food systems break down, civilizations fall apart. The moon disappearing wouldn't just darken our sky, it would unravel the web of life itself. And the nights, every night would be a night with no moon. No moonlight for nocturnal animals, no compass in the sky for migrating birds. No anchor for the biological clocks that evolved over millions of years. Counting lunar cycles, species after species, drifting, confused, unable to find food, unable to navigate, unable to breed. The web of life doesn't snap all at once. The phrase, slowly at first, then faster, then all at once. Here is something that very few people know. The moon is moving away from Earth. Right now, at this very moment, the moon is drifting away at 3.8 centimeters per year. That is roughly the same rate your fingernails grow. It doesn't sound like much, but over billions of years, it adds up. The moon was once 15 times closer. It will one day be too far away to stabilize our planet. Not in your lifetime, not in 1,000 lifetimes, but the friendship has a slow, ticking clock, and that makes tonight's moon a little more precious than it was before. Every ancient civilization looked up. The Egyptians, the Mayans, the Mesopotamians, they all built calendars around the moon. The Islamic calendar is still lunar. The Hindu calendar, the Chinese calendar, Ramadan, Diwali, Eid, the Lunar New Year, all timed by the moon. Farmers planted by the moon. Fishermen predicted tides by the moon. Sailors navigated by the moon. For thousands of years. Before clocks, before GPS, before electricity, the moon was the world's timekeeper. It didn't just light our nights, it organized our lives. In our solar system, of the 8 planets, only Earth has a moon of this size at this distance. Mars has 2 tiny moons, barely a few kilometers wide. Venus has no moon. Mercury has no moon. Earth is the only rocky, life-bearing planet, with a moon large enough to matter. Some astronomers call this the rare Earth hypothesis, the idea that complex life in the universe is uncommon. Not because life is impossible, but because the precise conditions for it are extraordinarily difficult to replicate. A large moon, a stable tilt, a protected surface, reliable seasons, these are not common. We may be one of very few planets in the universe, lucky enough to have this kind of companion. So, why is the moon's friendship with Earth important? Because it shielded us when we were vulnerable. Because it steadied us when we could have wobbled. Because it pulled the tides that may have mixed the chemistry. For the very first life. Because it slowed our days to a pace where complex biology could evolve. Because it organized our calendars, our crops, our cultures. Because without it, Earth would be colder, more chaotic, less alive. The moon doesn't just light our nights. It is the reason our nights exist at all. Every time you look up at the moon, you are looking at the oldest friend Earth has ever had. And right now, somewhere above you, still there, steady, silent, watching,